तो मैं एक एक किस्सा के पूछ ले जाऊँ कि मैं ऑनलाइन कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है, तेरा रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ। ओके, गुड मॉर्निंग अगेन टू ऑल ऑफ यू. This is Professor Ronak here. Welcomes you all in the class of quantitative finance. If I give you the brief idea about what we had done last time around, I guess we were there into nominal and effective interest rates. Now, when it comes to the nominal and effective interest rates, this is entirely from the perspective of the compounding frequency. People little bit get confused when it comes to the inflation rate. Over there, too, the same terminology is used. Say if I give you one example that you get the interest rate of 8% on the fixed deposit, but at the same time, if you have 7% inflation, when I say inflation, that means it's a mongwari, right? So effectively, you have got only 1% of return, no? So some people tell me that, sir, in a Congress era, there was a 10% return on fixed deposit, 9% return on fixed deposit. Agreed. But at that time, do you know that what was the retail inflation index? It was around 7 to 8%. Then it gone down by from 2014 to 19, just before the corona, it was around 4 to 5%. So effectively, if you get 8% return right now, that is much more than the 10% return on fixed deposit in that era, because at that time you were just effectively earning 2%. Now you are earning 4 to 5%. But after the corona, the equations have changed. Anyway, let's move ahead. So that is from the perspective of the inflation. But here we are not talking about the inflation. It is all about the compounding frequency. You get some benefit because there is an advantage of the compounding frequency. Higher and higher compounding frequency you have, my friends, you would have more and more future value. Last time around, we had calculated the effective rates, and the formula to find the effective rates was pretty simple. 1 plus R divided by M raised to M minus 1. Chacha ji comes into the picture. This is the formula to find the effective rate. From this formula, we would be finding the nominal rate as well in this lecture now. I'm sure you will get a little bit stuck over there because while finding the nominal rate, some mathematics needs to be done. Let's see that how to find the nominal rate from this. So if I give you a very simple example, just in the previous case, we had found that if the semi-annual installment frequency is compounding frequency is followed. Let me give you the idea about this. You may write the question. Everyone, please. Say effective rate is 10.25%. Compounding is semi-annually. We are supposed to find the nominal rate. So 10% you get with the compounding frequency of the 6 month is not equal to the 10% you get for the compounding frequency of quarter. The 10% you get for the quarter is not equal to the 10% you get for the monthly, yes or no? And more compounding frequency would be there, better and better return would be yours. So sir, here in this case, how to find the nominal return? Sir, we have got the formula. The same formula needs to be applied, no? But over there we'll get stuck somewhere. Let's see that where we get stuck. So can someone tell me again the formula effective rate equal to 1 plus R divided by M raised to M minus 1. Okay. So effective rate is given to us in the question, and please put it in the decimal. Otherwise, you would get the answer which would be different from other percentages. That's why let's put it in the decimal to avoid the confusion. I would be writing 0.1025 because that's the effective rate given to us. 1 plus R is going to be X. The one who is not there is X divided by M is going to be the compounding frequency. So what's the compounding frequency? Semi-annually. So how would be, what would be the M? 2. So X divided by 2 and M would again be 2 minus 1. Fine, let's do it. चाचा जी उधर बैठे हैं, उसको इस साइड ले लेते हैं, ले लेते कि नहीं लेते? ओके, so therefore 0.1025 plus 1 equal to 1 plus x divided by 2 raised to 2. So sir, if we take the Chachaji over here, we would get therefore 1.1025 equal to 1 plus x divided by 2 raised to 2. So we are stuck now. What to do with the 1 square? What to do with the x divided by 2 square? a plus b square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. याद आ रहा है कुछ? बट वैसा वाला करने जाएंगे तो इधर फिर से स्टक होंगे। तो हम जब रोते हैं तो किसके पास जाते हैं? मदर के पास। तो मदर कौन है? logarithm. Logarithm is the mother of mathematics. मम्मी मैं फंस गया. So now we have the mummy in this case. Let's take the log on both the sides. So log of 1.1025 equal to, if something is there in the power, it will come into multiplication. So 2 multiplied by log of 1 plus x divided by 2. I hope that's pretty much clear to everyone. So let's again see that where we can find the logarithm. I guess for the left hand side we can find the logarithm. Yes or no? Yes. Yes sir. Sir, कैसे find करना logarithm? I guess everyone has got the log table. Let me open the log table for you from here. अच्छा, कौन बताएगा कैसे logarithm find कर सकते हैं भैया? ईयरफोन निकाल दिए हैं तो ये ऑफलाइन वाले बच्चे भी आपको अच्छी तरीके से सुन पाएंगे, तो ऑनलाइन वाले बच्चे कैन इंटरेक्ट ना। ऐसे लोग आएगा। ओके, सो 11 में 0 के टेबल में देखना है, 2 का मिन डिफरेंस ऐड करना है। डेसिमल कहां पे रखना वो बात की बात है, बात की बात बाद में करेंगे क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली उसमें बाद आता है। सो लेट्स गो टू द लॉग टेबल। सर 11 के 0 में 2 का मिन डिफरेंस। सो हियर आई हैव 11, दिस इज 11 राइट। इसमें 0 मतलब कि 0414, उसमें 2 का मिन डिफरेंस कितना आ रहा है सर? 8. So let's add 8 over here in 0414, so you get 0422, right? So let me put it over there, 0422. Now it comes to putting the decimal. Where we should put the decimal? Can someone tell me?
0.0.
After? नहीं, 4 डिजिट हमें जो दिए हुए हैं ना उसको तो वैसे के वैसे ही रखने हैं अपनी। हाँ, एक और एक 0 ऐड करना है। तो पॉइंट से पहले कितने डिजिट है? 1 डिजिट। तो एक डिजिट में से एक लेस करो है, उससे नहीं, हम जो नया वाला 0 ऐड करना है, दैट वुड बी द रॉन्ग आंसर। हियर दिस वुड बी 0.0422. whatever the digits you find from the logarithm, please put it as it is first of all, 0.0422. So equal to 2 log of 1 plus x divided by 2. I hope everyone has got this. May I have a confirmation from the students there, please? गुड मॉर्निंग। सब कुछ खत्म होने के बाद गुड मॉर्निंग चल रहा है अभी भी। ओके, लेट्स मूव अहेड। ओके, यहाँ पे 2 तो है ना अपने पास अंशु, है कि नहीं है? तो 2 मल्टीप्लीकेशन में है, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे लेके जा सकते हैं, तो क्या हो जाएगा? देयरफॉर 0.0422 डिवाइडेड बाय 2। कोई भी अपनी साइड बदलता है तो उसका स्वभाव चेंज हो जाता है, तो मल्टीप्लीकेशन में से डिवीजन में आ जाता है, पॉजिटिव है तो नेगेटिव बन जाता है. दैट्स व्हाट एप्लीकेबल टू द साइकोलॉजी टू. डू नॉट चेंज द साइड्स. log of 1 plus x divided by 2. So what do we get there? 0.0211 equal to log of 1 plus x divided by 2. सर ये log है वो राइट हैंड साइड पे है, उसको लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे लेके जा सकते हैं अपन. तो log को राइट हैंड साइड पे लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे लेके जाएंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा log का? एंटी लॉग हो जाएगा. सो एंटी लॉग ऑफ 0.0211 equal to 1 plus x divided by 2. Sir, how do we find the antilog now? Can someone tell me? डेसिमल के बाद वाला ईच देखना है. गुड. सो 0 2 का 1 के टेबल में देखना है, 1 का मिन डिफरेंस ऐड करना है. आई होप दैट्स प्रेटी मच क्लियर टू ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स हु आर अटेंडिंग फ्रॉम ऑनलाइन एज वेल. 0 2 का 1 का वैल्यू, सर 0 2 का 1 का वैल्यू क्या आ रहा है? क्या आ रहा है? क्या आ रहा है? सम पीपल विल लाइक एकता कपूर आ गई आपके जहन में. 0.02 उसमें एक तो 1050, उसमें मेन डिफरेंस किसने का ऐड करना है? 1 का. सर 1 का मेन डिफरेंस कुछ है ही नहीं, 0 है. तो 0 को तुम इसमें ऐड करोगे 1050 में तो इट वुड बी 1050 ओनली. सो आई एम राइटिंग इट ओवर देयर. 1050 equal to 1 plus x divided by 2. Can someone tell me what would be the decimal? Where would be the decimal? After 1. After 1? For sure? 1 के बाद ही आएगा. पॉइंट से पहले कितने डिजिट है? 0 है. अच्छा, 0 में आपको एक ऐड करना है और उतने डिजिट से आंसर शुरू होना चाहिए. तो सर 0 में 1 ऐड करते तो क्या आता है? तो बिल्कुल सही जवाब. कॉन्फिडेंस रखो ना यार. 1.050. मैं थोड़ा सा इधर कंफ्यूज कर रहा हूं तो लोग कंफ्यूज हो रहे हैं. 1.050 इक्वल टू 1 प्लस x डिवाइडेड बाय 2. नाउ आई गेस यू कैन सॉल्व दिस, राइट? एक को किधर ले जा सकते हैं? लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में. सो देयरफॉर 1.050 minus 1 equal to x divided by 2. What do you get there? 0.050, right? Equal to x divided by 2. Just a second. Equal to, what do you get there? 0.1. 0.050 multiplied by 2, it would be 0.1, right? So equal to x. So what is 0.1? Can someone tell me? 10%. So therefore x equal to 10%. So that's what the nominal rate is. So if, sir, nominal rate we get is 10%, and if we apply the compounding frequency which is semi-annual, then effective rate would be 10.25%. This happens because of some calculation. I hope you are aware about that calculation we have done last time around conceptually. Now in the similar lines, you people will be solving a one more question right now, and you would be finding the nominal rates for this many questions. Question number 2. Everyone please write it down. What will be the nominal rate if the effective rate is 8.5%? Now say if you are there who is selling the financial products, you want to give 8.5% return effectively after taking the compounding frequency. but you want to give the option of compounding frequency to the people who are investing in your product. So here you want to know that, see, if I give the 4 types of options, that quarterly compounding, monthly compounding, semi-annual, and yearly, then what should be my nominal rate which I should give them, and I would be telling them the compounding frequency at that time. But effectively, I want that everyone should earn same. So that's why effective rate is going to be 8.5 only, but you are supposed to find the nominal rate for compounding quarterly basis, monthly basis, as well as 6 monthly basis. Yearly का तो सेम ही चाहेगा, करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So find nominal rate for monthly compounding, quarterly compounding, and semi-annual compounding. और ईयरली का तो वही है भाई, ईयरली का बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है, अदरवाइज दैट वुड बी द ग्रेट इंसल्ट ऑफ योर इंटेलेक्ट. यू वुड बी लाइक, सर मालूम है तो मूव अहेड, मालूम है तो. I hope all the online students have got the question and you people are doing it along with me there. Avni, Anshu, and Poonam, have you got this? Good. May I have a confirmation from Miss Avni too? Anshu?
Yes, sir.
Good, very good.
Yes, sir.
हे इतना स्लो क्यों आ रहा है? यस सर. आपको अभी मेरी आवाज पहुंची क्या?
No, sir.
हाँ तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि तुम्हें ऐसा लगा कि चल भाई यस बोल देते, सर ने बोला तो फिर क्या, 2 मिनट का पोज लेके यस सर बोल रही है लड़की. This effective and nominal rate, I have stated all of you, it's purely from the perspective of the compounding frequency. These two rates are different because there is a different compounding frequency, right? Inflation we haven't taken into the picture yet. So all the kinds of inflation kind of an effective rates we'll be finding, that will be in the next session. That's also gonna be very important one, because कभी कभी क्या होता है कि 9% रिटर्न दे दिया, लेकिन सर इन्फ्लेशन ही 8% है, तो 1% रिटर्न से क्या करोगे तुम? कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे. देखते हैं, उस वाले कॉन्सेप्ट्स में आते हैं. अभी के लिए ये करिए. Okay, for monthly I'll be doing, for semi-annually and quarterly you would be doing. So let me start with monthly. 0.085 equal to 1 plus R, who is going to be, sir, x divided by 12, that is to be raised by 12. I'm using the sign of therefore because there is already an equal to. So दो इक्वल बन चुके हैं, तो तुम्हें साइड में जाके therefore बनना है, रीजन बनना है. So 0.085 -1 भी है, तो -1 को इधर प्लस ले लेंगे. 1 plus x divided by 2 raised to 12. So therefore 1.085 equal to 1 plus x divided by 12 raised to 12. Now, my dear fellas and fellies, we would be taking the log. Mummy, we are stuck. Mummy, we are stuck. Mummy comes into the picture. Log of 1.085 equal to 12 multiplied by log of 1 plus x divided by 12. दस में 8, 5 का वैल्यू ऐड करना है लोगेरिदम में जाके, एंटी लोगेरिदम में नहीं। दस में 8 तो 30334 आ रहा है, और उसमें मीन डिफरेंस 5 का ऐड करना है। पांच का आ रहा है 21। तो सर 0334 में 21 अगर ऐड होते हैं तो 0355 बन जाता है। 0355। सब पॉइंट से आगे 1 है, 1 में से एक डिजिट लेस करना है, तो हमारा आंसर शुरू होना चाहिए 0.0355 से। जो है उसमें छेड़छानी नहीं करनी है, नया वाला 0 ऐड करना है। इक्वल टू 12 multiplied by the log of 1 plus x divided by 12. सर ये और कम होगा, 0.0355 divided by 12 log of 1 plus x divided by 12. 0.0355 को डिवाइड बाई 12 करोगे तो क्या होगा?
Point 0295.
0.02 0030। ठीक है, तो 0.0030 इक्वल टू log of 1 plus x divided by 12. Good. So therefore, I hope only you have got this. अच्छा, log को किधर लेके जाते हैं? बाजू बदल देते हैं। तो log पहले ऊपर था, अब log नीचे गिर गया, तो प्रगति से अधोगति हो सकती है अगर तुम साइड बदलोगे तो। सो एंटी log ऑफ 0.0030 इक्वल टू 1 प्लस एक्स डिवाइडेड बाय, देखो ब्रह्मास्त्र हो गया बंद। ओके सर, यहाँ पे एंटी लॉग कैसे लेना है, कौन बताएगा? ओके, वन वी हैव गॉट आंसर फ्रॉम हियर, अदर्स में डू दिस। सर पॉइंट के बाद 0 0 है, हाँ कि ना? हाँ सर है ना। तो 0 0 में किसकी वैल्यू देखनी है? 3 की वैल्यू देखनी है, 0 का मेन डिफरेंस ऐड करना है। तो 0 0 में 3 की वैल्यू क्या आती है? सर 0 0 में 3 की वैल्यू आती है 1007, और 1007 में मेन डिफरेंस ऐड करना है वो है 0 का। तो सर 0 का मेन डिफरेंस तो कुछ होगा ही नहीं, 0 ही है। तो 1007। पॉइंट से आगे है 0, 0 के ऊपर एक डिजिट ऐड कर दिया, तो हमारा आंसर शुरू होना चाहिए एक डिजिट से। 1.007 इक्वल टू 1 प्लस एक्स डिवाइडेड बाई 12। 1 को किधर लेके जाते हैं अपन? लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे। सो 1.007 minus 1 equal to x divided by 12. So it's gonna be 0.007 equal to x divided by 12. So can someone tell me what do we get there? Therefore, x equal to 0.084. So that's nothing but 8.4 percentage. Now this is an approximate answer, because in logarithms you have just 4 digits. That's why. If we'll be finding the exact nominal rate, let me do it in the Excel. What is the nominal rate? कौन सा था फॉर्मूला, कुछ याद आ रहा है नॉमिनल रेट का?
Bracket effective rate NPER.
Very good. So equal to nominal rate. सर इफेक्टिव रेट कितना है? 8.5%, कॉमा एनपीईआर मतलब क्या होता है सर? Number of periods in a year. So number of periods in a year would be 12. So exact answer is 8.2 actually. Now here you are getting the different answer because in logarithms you have some approximations. That's why. क्योंकि हमने जो 0.007 लिया है ना, 0.007 नहीं है, उसके आगे कुछ है। लेकिन लोगरिथम के टेबल में तुम्हें 10-10 डिजिट देने लगे तो फिर उधर ही कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे। हाँ, बिकॉज ऑफ द अप्रोक्सीमेशन एक्चुअली। In quarterly too, we would be getting the same, because after certain extent, logarithm do not give you the right answers. Up to 2-3 digits, it's fine. I mean, if you have so many digits and so many decimals, then it might not give you the accurate answers. Giving you 5 minutes to do it for quarterly as well as for semi-annual.
સર એન્ટી લોગ નું ટેબલ તમે WhatsApp માં શેર કરો ને।
કરી દઉં, ચલો आई गेस पाछू કરી દઉં, that would be the right answer. એક વખત તો કરી દીધું। જોઈ દો એક જ સેકન્ડ હા કરી દીધું હિતેશે કરી દીધું કહું ને એક વાર ચેક કરી લે ને ઠીક છે 8.4 જ આવે છે તો after certain extent the approximation is taking place. No worries, fine, we can move ahead. Okay, let's move ahead. Let's check it now. Here I have taken the two websites. At one website, we are able to see the fixed deposit rates, and in another one, we are able to see the inflation rates. Now, please put it in the back of your mind. Now, why these cryptocurrencies are taking place nowadays is because they want to hedge their money against the inflation. What happens is that when the governments have the control towards the inflation, no, that is something which is a very gigantic topic now, and I hope the people will be coming across and will find some solution for this. See, your value of the money is entirely dependent on the actions taken by the government. And if the few handful individuals gets the control over the government, then your value of the money can reduce like anything. If I give you a very simple example, more and more supply of printing, if you do, then the value of your money is reduced. You're becoming more poorer now. If you have 1 lakh of rupees and if that 1 lakh of rupees is not invested anywhere, then the purchasing power of the people gets increased. And when the purchasing power of the people gets increased, the demand gets increased. When the demand gets increased, the prices of the commodities gets increased. And when the prices of commodities gets increased, effectively you will be able to earn less than what you were able to get from 1 lakh rupees earlier. Now say, if I give you the example of this corona only, there was a speculation made by some conspiracy theories were there. Effectively, who got the benefit of this entire corona episode? You can check it that all the billionaires have increased their wealth by many folds during this period. The reason is that all the billionaires have the wealth in the financial assets. Their majority of the wealth is in the financial assets. They do not own much of the physical assets. If you check the any billionaire's wealth, their major proportion is the financial assets. Obviously, if you take the Bill Gates, he would be having the major chunk from the Microsoft as the owner of the Microsoft, which is the shares, right? When you are becoming the owner of any company, that means you have the shares of it. If you take the any billionaire, they are having the wealth in the shares. Now, if government introduces the liquidity in the market, then what happens is that if the government introduces the liquidity in the market, then what happens is that people will be able to buy more number of shares now. Banks have got the money, financial institutions have got the money. And if they would be investing into the financial assets now, the prices of assets would go up. Who is going to get the most of benefit? The people who have already invested in the financial assets. Now, in order to avoid this, some people came up and said that let's have the currency of our own. That currency should not be dependent on the government actions. That currency's value should not be dependent on the actions taken by the governments. Because if few people will get the control over the governments, right now everything is going good, that's fine. But if something will take place which is wrong and misleading, if few people get the control over the government, then the problem would be that they can manipulate with the value of your money. Now, that's why the cryptocurrencies have taken place. And if you check the interest rates, here as well. Now, this is from, I have said in aligns with the real and nominal interest rate. If you get the interest rate or return percentage of 7 or 8 percentage effectively from any investment, that does not hold any value if the inflation rate is 7 to 8 percentage. Your return should be at least few percentages more than the inflation rates in the market right now. Because see, if I tell you that if your investment is 100 rupees and you get 8 percentage return on this, then you get 108 after the end of the year, right? And if there is a 7 percentage inflation in that particular year, that means what you are able to buy in 100 rupees, you will have to pay 7 percentage more. That means you will have to pay 107 rupees to buy those things now. So effectively your purchasing power is increased only by 1 rupee, right? 108 you have 107 you are going to spend now. So now the next topic is going to be taking into account the inflation and finding the effective rate. Right now, we are finding the effective rate from the perspective of the compounding frequency till now. Now it's not from the compounding frequency perspective. Now it's from the inflation perspective. So do not get confused. People get confused in this. So now we'll be finding the effective rate from the inflation perspective. So what's effectively you have earned from this? That is going to be the question. If you can see over here, I was telling about this, no? You may check, these are our inflation rates. So let me take the example of say 2010. At that time, the inflation was 12 percentage. So if you are earning 8 percentage return on fixed deposit, you were there in negative at that time. 8% was nothing. Now, if you take the example of this over here, at that time, I told you that 2014 onwards, the inflation rate went down. If you have 2.49 percentage of inflation rate, and even if the FD gives you just a 7 percentage, effectively you have earned a lot. See, that's which year? 2017. You may check it, that's 2017. These are the inflation rates. Now here you can check the FD rates on 2017. So 2017's FD rate is coming over here somewhere near to 6 percentage for daily FD. Sorry, yearly FD. Obviously, the fixed deposit rates for the periods are different. For the 5 years, you will get the higher percentage. For 1 year, you get the lesser. Even if you increase this period further, you get the lesser interest rates. So 1 year FD rate, you were getting around 5.94 in 2017. I hope that's clear to you now. Okay, so the topic of discussion for the next session would be finding the effective and nominal. Here, the effective terminology will not be very much suitable. It would be the real and nominal interest rate from the perspective of the inflation. And what happens when there would be a deflation? મોંઘવારી નથી પણ ડિફ્લેશન છે, એવી સિચ્યુએશનમાં શું થશે એ બી જોશું. Okay, so that's it from my side. I have just clarified the background for the next session. If you have any queries, you can let me know, else we would be winding off this session. May I have a confirmation from the students that they have got everything till now? Poonam?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, you may leave now. Please put your enrollment number as a mark of your attendance. Here I have Hitesh, then Jogeshwari. I guess one person is yet to put the enrollment number. Okay, Anshu has put, Poonam and Avni. All three have put it. Good. Okay, bye bye. Take care. Sayonara. See you all in the next session.